Yeah. Hello. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to talk about this particular topic. It's not chips related or Silicon Valley related. A little bit of a diversion from that, but I think it's very much related to each and every individual, and that's why I wanted to, share some thoughts and what I do. So again, thank you for the opportunity, and really I'm privileged to be with you guys. I'm not the kind of entrepreneur that you guys have been, but it's really great to share the stage with you. Really appreciate it. So the topic of personal finance is really what I'm trying to get on a few thoughts provoked here, some knowledge passed to you. So I personally got into the personal finance type business really by accident. So most of us who we have come here from some parts of India or some are born and raised here. But what I saw after coming here is that in no university, nobody teaches here personal finance. There is no such course. I've done my master's and MBA just like many of you have. And what I've seen is nobody really teaches you the details that you have to do, whether it's retirement planning or education planning for your kids, or what are the financial vehicles which you can use to prosper yourself. And that kind of always been at the back of my mind. And some of my friends from school also, we had the same issue, and we got into this kind of the business of personal finance and financial consulting. So few topics I do wanted to see, if you can probably take few things out of my short time here. There are like 3 or 4 main things for anybody here from personal finance perspective that you go through. So the first important thing that I wanted to kind of give you an analogous concept that we actually do here, also not just in India, but all over the world. Think about it. Every year you go to a doctor and you do your annual checkup. You do your blood test. You try to find everything going well. Is there anything I need to be worried about? We do all that. Everyone does. Do we do the same thing from personal finance perspective? I have seen a lot of people who just are like, "Mala saga kalata, mala kaya chat. I don't need to take any help. I know everything." So that kind of ego is also I've seen with a lot of families that we have consulted, not just here in Bay Area, but all over. So me and my friends, we have the business. We are growing really exponentially, but we have consulted over 400 families now, and we have licenses and business growing in 20 plus states. So what we have realized is that a lot of people really don't think of financial checkup or financial health checkup as a priority, and they don't do it yearly basis from either from your own way or maybe from any professional. And that's something you really need to look at. Just like you look at your blood work and see, oh, is my cholesterol is at that level, this level, is it high, low? Same way, are my funds there to support the kids' education? Or where am I from the retirement perspective? Are there any better vehicles where I can save more? And those things really one needs to look at, take professional help if you need to. And a lot of people we have seen really don't do that. And that's what we highly advocate. So one of the key concepts that we talk about to everyone here is look at your house and see your financial health as a house in itself. What is the basic thing for any person from financial health perspective is to protect your assets. And one way of doing that is life insurance, right? I personally can tell you, and I'm amazed. I have talked to a lot of people working in really great companies here, FANGs and whatnot, all chip companies and everywhere. Indians in particular, in USA, based on the census, are the fastest to get to 6-digit income. But we are at the same time least protected from the financial health perspective. Or in other words, we do not have enough vehicles, financial vehicles, life insurance being one, to protect our own assets. So if life happens, somebody has to have any kind of illness where you cannot work, or somebody death happens to everyone, but that those kind of hard circumstances when they hit, are you really protecting yourself? Are you making sure that you have enough financial health to protect the leftovers, whether it's your family or any other thing that you're doing it? I have seen personally here, and you guys might have seen it as well, how many GoFundMe campaigns that you have really, contributed over the years. And especially in this pandemic, I came across at least 70 GoFundMe campaigns in my own friend circle, where people were not able to provide for their family because they are either dying, there were no living benefits, or they didn't have enough insurance or any financial vehicle to take care of their own problem. So that is one thing that, in this consulting business that we really come across, and we really advocate to look at it that way. Second important aspect that we really talk about is we have to look at the way people, when they come here, they bring a lot of concepts subconsciously from India. So in India, they have seen their parents really living their life off of the Provident Fund, where they have contributed, and it's kind of like our 401k, not exactly, but it has similarities. A lot of people have seen that they have put their entire retirement on 401k. The way their strategy is, when I retire, I will have enough 401k. I'll pay taxes, but all my life going to be based on that 401k. And a lot of people don't even think about all the nuances that come with it. They don't plan how much money I'm going to get when I retire. Nobody does that calculation. How much am I going to need when I'm going to retire? That calculation is not done either. So there are these calculations and thoughts that a typical, any person who has even a business or a limited means of income per month, we really have to look at that. And from that perspective, I've seen, especially again, Indians are kind of lacking just because of the way we are born and raised, or the kind of thought process that we bring, and we don't change these kind of concepts even after coming here. Third important thing that I really look at, where a lot of people don't understand or don't know, is in US, there are many financial solutions that are available where you can live in your retirement or even before retirement a tax-free income. Sounds pretty interesting, right? Like everyone that I talk to, how is it possible that I can generate a tax-free income? Well, there are different vehicles. IRS code actually does provide it. Unfortunately, just like we have 401ks, those kind of vehicles, we have annuities, but those other vehicles that we have, which are sort of combine the safety or insurance concept and at the same time the investing concept together, these vehicles are not really publicly advertised that much in the United States. There are various reasons why it is not done, but what we try to do through our consulting is to bring those solutions up front and make sure that people, especially people like us, are aware that there are such solutions. Fourth point that I wanted to make is trust and will, or will and trust that go together. What we have seen a lot of times in our business, for whatever reason, Indians in particular that we have worked with, there is no will and trust. Even you are 30 years old and not married, you should have a will because you have financial assets. It doesn't matter that we're getting these reasons where, oh, I'm not married, why should I need it? Well, you have financial assets, you need to protect them. So there are different walks of life that come into this, and they do not have a way to protect their own assets, whether for their family or for themselves or whoever they want to leave those assets with. So that we have seen in our financial consulting world really kind of a lacking factor. So I just wanted to kind of put forward that as a thinking factor. So without further going into details, what I wanted to say about the business we are in is it our goal was actually the way we started was to help ourselves. And when we saw that our friends kind of came up to us and say, "Hey, how did you do that?" And we were like, "Well, we had this financial vehicle set up by ourselves, and we saw that a lot of people are in need of those solutions." And that kind of generated this idea in ourselves that, okay, looks like we have a good opportunity. We can start a business, we can grow it, and at the same time, really help the community grow this awareness, because we are seeing a lot of these things happening, especially in Bay Area, that in last 2 to 3 years after the pandemic, I've been seeing these issues popping up from life perspective, especially, and those are becoming very serious. So I think from a very different aspect that we talk about technology, chips, we talk about various different other businesses and issues. One has to also look at the life itself, your situation, financial health, look at it on a yearly basis and see how you can actually make yourself in better condition. And you need to work with whoever you think is the best person who can give you best advice. Um, the company that we give free consultations. In other words, whoever comes to us, we do not charge a single dollar. That's our model. One of the main reasons is 8 out of 10 people that have come to us, we were able to help them and show them that there are gaps that they can actually fill or they can optimize their portfolio. We don't do investment management, but what I wanted to just basically put forth as a point is everyone needs to really think it through, take help if needed, and see whether we are protecting ourselves, whether we are growing our assets properly, and taking care of our loved ones. And one way of that is actually doing a financial health checkup every year. So last thoughts that I wanted to kind of put into everyone's, I guess, mind, parting thoughts, kind of. Um, Again, I, I, I personally had this issue of personal finance, which was I was taking it seriously. I was not finding any solutions, but by discovering these problems and finding these solutions, we were able to overcome some of the main issues, such as education funding for your kids, life-related protections, living benefits. There are multiple aspects like that that you should really rethink some of the aspects that you're going in a traditional way, a flow way, where my friend did it this way, I'm going to do it this way, or this is how the whole world does it, so I'm going to do it this way and not going to look at it. So we are really going behind our jobs, our careers, and trying to make money through IPOs and stocks and Bitcoins and whatnot, all these kind of things. But these basic things, we kind of don't look at it. They are kind of overlooked or not paid full attention. And we really think through our consulting experience that people should look at and really analyze them and take better decisions. So again, thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate that and look forward to talking with you.